What is the disturbing backstory behind something that is widely considered wholesome? Sherman Kelly wrote the lyrics to Dancing in the Moonlight while recovering from a violent assault carried out on him and his girlfriend by a youth gang. He envisioned an alternative reality where people just dance and be happy all the time. It was his way of dealing with the trauma. The song, Save the Last Dance for Me, by the Drifters was written by a man who was crippled by polio and in a wheelchair watching his new wife dancing with other men at his wedding to her because he couldn't. Did not expect this to start such a discussion. As was mentioned below, in the song he's saying that he's the one taking her home, not them. I don't think he's angry. He's just saying that no matter who she dances with, she's his wife and will be taking her home at the end of the night. I met a writer named Thomas Dish when I was in college. He wrote The Brave Little Toaster. He told us Disney hired him to write a movie about lions. He wanted to do King Lear with lions because the plot mirrored how lion prides operate. Old, lazy, but powerful male, dangerous daughters. But Disney said they wanted a young hero. So he changed it to Hamlet with lions. Uncle off's father, kid runs away, ghost of dad visits and calls for revenge, etc., but with a happy ending. Timon and Pumbaa are Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Wrote a treatment, turned it in. They said thanks but no thanks and fired him. Movie comes out, they took his idea and didn't pay him. He said Disney was notorious for doing this to creators. I read years later that he took his own life. Never think of the Lion King without thinking about him. They made so much money off his idea, and he got nothing. In the animated film, All Dogs Go to Heaven, the little girl who plays Anne-Marie was murdered by her father prior to the film being released. Burt Reynolds struggled hard to finish recording his scene where Charlie says goodbye to the little girl one last time before going to heaven. It's a tear-inducing scene without knowing the backstory, but you can absolutely hear the pain in Burt Reynolds' voice. It's generally considered a very loving and touching moment, but knowing what happened makes it really hard to listen to that without getting emotional. Her father was a violent and abusive alcoholic who murdered both her and her mom, and then offed himself. She was 10 years old. Oh man, I just realized more people commented about this here. I also didn't realize she voiced Ducky from The Land Before Time too.